On this episode of Cook and Crave, we have something for all those people that like to make turkey and don't know what to do with the rest of it. That's all coming up on today's show. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitterer.
And I'm Laverne.
And we have a couple of recipes. You found one, and we're going to give it a try. You can kind of use almost any meat that you like. You have chicken or turkey, so we're going to try turkey today.
That's right.
And we have a recipe from Marge Dangle. We actually haven't had one from her for a while, and I know you've been saving this one. It's going to pair perfectly with the turkey. We have a carrot cabbage slaw. It's kind of like a little bit of a tongue twister there. But to make the turkey casserole, these are the ingredients that you're going to need to cook along with us. You're going to need a 5-ounce bag of chow mein noodles, the hard crunchy noodles. You're going to need 2 cans of boned chicken or turkey, or it's actually, you can use fresh too. I mean, you're just using what you had. We had some turkey here, so but you can go ahead and certainly buy canned chicken
if you have need to. Yep.
We're going to need 2 2-ounce cans of sliced mushrooms. Those are optional. And we're going to need 2 cups of celery, 3 ounces of cashews, a can of cream of mushroom soup, a can of cream of chicken soup, a can of milk, a 1/2 cup of chopped onions, and 5-ounce can of water chestnuts.
Yeah. Not very hard, is it?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Okay.
And there's quite a bit of ingredients in this recipe from Marge for the cabbage slaw. But I know that she always submits such good recipes. So
Absolutely.
we're going to need 4 cups of shredded cabbage, 2 cups of shredded carrots, a medium golden delicious apple, actually 2 of those, just dice those up, a cup of raisins, a 1/2 cup of walnuts, 1/2 cup of honey, a tablespoon of lemon juice, a cup of sour cream, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon each of black pepper and nutmeg.
Yeah. Doesn't that
so this
sound
is
good?
like this is very interesting.
It is.
I know that this might actually come to be a family favorite.
I think it will, And we all, we have our turkey, Christmas, Thanksgiving, or whenever. There's always some leftover turkey. And you try to figure out what are you going to do with that and stuff. And come up with this recipe here. And the chow mein noodles was so interesting for me instead of the usual maybe noodles or potatoes or something. It's something just a little bit different.
Yes.
So it's going to have some nice crunch to it.
Okay.
So you're going to start out with a 9 by 13 pan.
Okay.
And let's just coat that a little bit here. And it says 5 ounces of chow mein noodles, and we're going to put a couple of handfuls. Now this is a whole bag, so this is 10 ounces. We're not going to use all of this.
Okay.
So I'm going to just take some here and put that into the bottom of the pan here. Just kind of coat that there, and then we're going to top some chow mein noodles off at the end. So that's going to give it a little extra crunch.
Okay.
So I have a good 2 cups of turkey here.
Okay.
Leftover turkey that I just chopped up, and I'm going to layer that in here. And we're going to just layer all these ingredients here. You don't mix them up. And like the recipe says, you can use turkey or chicken or canned chicken or whatever. But like I said, we're always looking for another way of using leftover turkey. Or, you even may have leftover chicken for something.
Sure. That
you could do that with. So we did that. And now it says 2 ounces of 2 cans, or 2 ounces, that equals 4 ounces of mushrooms. Excuse me.
Okay.
And just going to put them in there. And you want them drained. I just squeeze the juice out of that.
Okay.
And just kind of spread them around. And I just use the ones that say, mushrooms and stems in there, because it's all part of the mushroom. And it's a little bit cheaper that way too. And 2 cups of diced celery.
Okay.
When you're speaking about the ingredients, it doesn't sound like a lot to it, or like it's going to make that much, but it really does. It's pretty by the time we have everything in here, it's going to be a nice 9 by 13 casserole.
This could be very much a company dish. This is a big serving.
Yeah, it is. So then I added half a cup of chopped onion.
Okay.
And just to spread that all around there. And then it says about 3 ounces of cashews. And I did chop them a little bit. I mean, you can certainly use the whole ones if you want, but I thought it just kind of spreads it out a little bit easier if you chop them.
Sure.
And that. Now, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup and a can of cream of chicken. And I'm going to mix it in this mixing bowl here and mix it up together so that, you know, when you're putting it on, you got it not blended. It's all,
okay,
you know, the same ingredients all the way through.
Now, are we going to put the water chestnuts on top of here too?
Yes, we are. And we'll do that before I put the soup on, and thank you for reminding me.
Well, I just see that over there, and that looks like that's something that would be a layered thing.
It is. And, you know, I thought I had all my ingredients lined up, and, you know, sometimes that memory doesn't, it's good, but it's short. Okay, so just, you know, it says a 4-ounce can of chestnuts, water chestnuts. When I went to the store looking, the can that I have is 5 ounces. I didn't see one that said 4 ounces, so, you know, that extra ounce isn't going to make a difference, plus that little extra crunch in there. So just take them and just spread them out nicely so you have them all over the casserole here.
Okay.
So, and that's just enough to kind of give it a nice even coat there and stuff. Now we're going to add a can of milk. I was going to first just put in a cup, but, you know, actually a can of milk is a little bit more than just a cup. So.
And somebody that actually probably thought of this, instead of saying maybe like a cup and a quarter of milk, they knew that there's somebody out there like you that likes to clean out the inside of cans. So use every little bit that you can.
Put it in there, absolutely.
Shit, I took that other can away from you. You were looking for it. I knew you were.
Okay. So let's just blend that up and pour that all over. And then we'll top with the remaining noodles. And the recipe says put an oven on at 325 and you're going to bake it for about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm really thinking, you know, with this, because the meat is cooked and all that, it could be from anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
And, you know, so many of our recipes, casseroles, always ask for cheese, but, you know, with this and the cream of mushroom soup and the chicken soup, that's not going to be necessary.
We're just going to let the oven do the work for us.
Yeah, so let's just spread
some
that.
basic ingredients.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and now we'll just sprinkle some chow mein noodles over the top.
Okay. I don't know that I've seen a chow mein in the noodles in a casserole like this. Most of it's in like a salad.
And that's why when I come across this recipe, I just thought it was really interesting to have something different than like your normal, you know, potatoes and noodles and all of that. I'm just going to put a little extra handful on here. And then as that bakes, and you're going to bake it uncovered, it's just going to give that nice crunch and stuff.
Sure.
So let's put that in the oven there. And we'll get that going. All right, so now we're going to start with our coleslaw.
Okay.
And that is just quite a different combination than what we usually think of, like with the vinegar and oil in that, and with the honey in there and lemon juice and sour cream. All that's just going to be
And apples.
Wonderful. And apples. And your favorite, raisins. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start with half a cup of honey.
Okay.
And I'll just squeeze that in here. And we're going to mix the honey and the lemon juice together first before we put in the sour cream.
Okay.
And I've got spatulas here, and let's just put it in here.
You think of honey and lemon, I just think of cough drops.
And cold remedies, you know, taking a teaspoon or tablespoon of honey with a little bit of lemon juice on there, and that really soothes the throat. Mm-hmm. So when you have a cough and that's a good old home recipe that's just really works. And now we're going to add that tablespoon of lemon juice.
You were looking at the honey.
That's right. So let's just kind of blend that a little bit here. And the recipe says it makes a serving of 12, so it's a pretty good sized recipe.
Okay.
And with all the ingredients and what we're doing, it would be very easy to cut this in half if you didn't want to make all of that.
Okay. Because we're not really using anything like out of a can or a jar that you're open specifically for this.
Right. Yeah, you just cut all your ingredients in half or just whatever. So now we've got the honey and lemon juice mixed up there. And so we're going to add a cup of sour cream.
Okay. A little dollop of daisy.
That's a cute commercial, isn't it?
Well, they did their marketing right because I still can remember it.
And you know, when you can remember and it sticks in your mind and out of the blue you're saying it, you're certainly going to, that's what you're going to buy when you go to the store.
It's kind of like Oscar Mayer hot dogs too.
That's right. Okay. And you know, it definitely is a little bit of a different dressing, isn't it?
It is. And not the traditional vinegar, like you were saying.
You
know, it combines pretty well. Do we need to whisk that or do anything like that?
It's blending really well. Look at how creamy it is already with that, just a little bit of it stirring in there. So we're going to add a little bit of salt. It says a half teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
So we're going to do the magic measuring spoon there, and it says about an 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. So that's not very much. And another ingredient in on that is nutmeg. It says a 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, which is optional. But I think that's just going to give a little bit of different flavor. I think it's going to be a very enhancing flavor for this.
Okay. So
let's just add that 1/8 teaspoon. It's not very much, but just enough to give it a little bit of a little zing to it, or a different flavor. Okay, so you can see that has mixed well. So it started with 4 cups of shredded coleslaw.
Okay.
Or cabbage, I should say. And then 2 cups of shredded carrots. And then it says 2 medium golden delicious apples chopped. Okay. So we're going to put that on there. And a half a cup of walnuts, chopped walnuts. And then a cup of raisins.
Okay. This is making a big salad.
It's going to make it quite a big salad, yes. And raisins is one thing when I was growing up that we did put in coleslaw and rice, different rice dishes and stuff. So raisins were always kind of a staple to a lot of recipes that we had. So then we're going to just pour that over there. and just mix that up. And I would just then maybe have it, mix it about 15-20 minutes before you're going to serve it.
Okay.
And that, so just so the ingredients and dressing all just kind of blend in together.
Now, does this need to refrigerate for an hour or any length of time before you do serve it?
No. Like I said, you know, if you have it in there anywhere, mixing it up from 15 minutes to the half hour or an hour, if it'll be just fine with that length of time. Yeah. And right away, you know, it doesn't seem like you're going to have a lot of dressing. I mean, it's coating very nicely, but just before serving, you're going to just stir that up again, and you're going to have plenty of dressing in there.
Okay.
And the apple juice and the honey and I should say apple juice, the honey juice and wow,
lemon juice and honey. You're looking at the apples. I know where you're going.
Yes, okay. Hopefully my viewers do too. So, but anyway, that's going to keep the apples from turning color.
Oh, okay.
You know, the honey and the
so
lemon juice.
even though that it's mixed up with the sour cream, that's going to help the apples from turning.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
And so like you can see now how nicely everything is coated here. So we're going to set that in the fridge and wait till our chow mein turkey casserole is done.
Okay.
And then we're going to feature that. That'll be just a nice little salad beside it with the turkey casserole, I think.
Well, this is definitely going to bring some color to the plate when we serve that as well.
Absolutely. And I think this would be something great to take to for a potluck or whatever. So
perfect.
Okay, well, our buzzer is going off here. Let's turn that oven off and let's check our chow mein turkey casserole. Ooh, that looks good. And that sets up really nice.
All right.
Okay, we'll just that out here. Now, one thing with this here, I probably would, you take it out, just let it cool, just maybe a little bit or set a few moments, but in essence of time, we're going to see what it looks like.
Okay.
All right, so
well, it smells absolutely delicious.
You know, we'll take that out there. And you know, even with all the 2 cans of soup in there with can of milk, you know, it's not runny at all.
No, it's set up awesome.
It's just really great. And we just stirred up our coleslaw here.
And they're actually, I mean, when you look down at the side before you're just tossing it up there a little bit again, there is juice in there.
Yeah, there's definitely plenty of dressing. And it's definitely a colorful salad with the carrots and the apples and the raisins in there.
Absolutely.
It looks great. So I think people are going to really enjoy this chow mein noodle casserole to use some leftover turkey.
Yes, or if you have chicken or whatever extra meat that you might have.
Right.
I mean, give it a try. Yeah. It smells divine.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Marge Dangle, for submitting your coleslaw recipe. I know that's probably going to be a family favorite. Probably minus the couple ingredients for some people in the family. No, but I know it's wonderful. Thank you so much. Again, to get these recipes, just go to Consolidated's website, www.ctctel.com. Thank you always to the Workshop for being our sponsor. And join us next time on Cooking Crave when we do it all over again.